going to talk about how to keep some of your homemade products safe for you to use. We're going to break it down into two parts. We're going to break it down into the products that are made with primarily oil, and then the items that we make that are primarily made with water. Now, I have to warn you, there's going to be some chemistry involved, and also I'm going to give you a list of the shelf life of some of the oils, so you might want to have a pencil and paper handy. Okay, so we are going to start with the oil products. Now, you need to know that oils have their own chemical compound that make them what they are. And what happens is over time the oils will go bad, which we know as going rancid, and it smells funny, tastes funny, and you just cannot use it because it is not safe. But what happens? What makes it that way? What happens is that oils go through a process called oxidation. So what happens during oxidation? Well, what happens is the oil in here is stable. All of the electrons, they are happy together. They're all paired because electrons like to be bonded. Now, what happens in the oxidation process is that some of the electrons break off of the bond and become unstable. So what causes oxidation? Well, oxidation is caused by heat, light, and oxygen. So we know that there's ways that we can make the item last longer just by trying to prevent those three things. Say, for instance, I bought 2 oils from the same company. Now, I don't know how long these have been sitting on the shelf, but I do know that if I had to choose between the 2, I'm going to want the one in the darker bottle because on the shelf in the store, they are exposed to light all day. So that is just one way, just being an educated consumer, you can prolong the life of your oils just by making the smarter choice. The other thing you can do is keep the lid on. When you are not using your oils, always keep the lid on. The more you don't just take the lid off and go do what you got to do. Take what you need, put the lid back on, and that will slow down the process because it keeps oxygen out. The other thing you can do is don't store your oils above a cupboard that's above the stove. The best place to store your oil is in the refrigerator. So therefore, we looked at the heat aspect. We're going to put it in the refrigerator. We looked at the light aspect. We are going to get oils that are in a dark bottle. And also by keeping them in the refrigerator, your oils are also going to be in the dark. And we talked about the oxygen, and we are going to keep the lid on. Now, if you are like me, this is the last of my shea butter blend. Now, when I did my twist, it took me about 6 hours. And the entire time, guess what? I had it open on the table. So guess what? It's being exposed to all 3, heat, light, and oxygen. So what am I going to do next time? I'm going to take what I need out of here, put the lid on it, and put it back away someplace dark. Now, you can also extend the life of your oils by using antioxidants. So exactly what is an antioxidant? Think of what it says, antioxidant. It is anti-oxidation. It either helps to slow or prevent the oxidation of your oils. And how does it do that? Remember when I said that electrons like to be bonded in pairs, with 2, 4, 6, so forth and so forth. It likes to be bonded in pairs. And during the oxidation process, one of those electrons break off, and now that electron becomes unstable because it's missing one. And it is going to search for another one to fill the one that is missing. So what antioxidant does is that it actually has another one. It has an extra one. So it says, you don't need to go to the other molecules and steal it. I'll just give you one to make you happy. And so some of the antioxidants that we are familiar with is vitamin E. Now, this one is the E400, but according to my research, the one that has the T on it seems to be better, but vitamin E will still work. And there's also what's known as rosemary oil extract, which is the difference from rosemary essential oil. So these are some antioxidants that you can use in your oil-based products if you're going to have them for a while. So you say, well, why? Okay, so it goes through the oxidation process. It takes 20 electrons. It's not happy. What does that have to do with me? Why is that bad? Well, the reason is that it's bad is because it causes free radicals. Okay, so this is what I want to explain to you. All these are different electrons. And as you can see, they are all bonded. They're all in sets of two, and they are happy. They are happy electrons. Now what happens is during oxidation, one of these, well again, when it's exposed to heat, light, or oxygen, one of them just floats off. It just goes off. So now this molecule is no longer happy. It is upset because now it is unstable. And we know that this molecule wants to be stable. So what does it do? It goes out and it's going to search these other cells and it's going to try to pull an electron away from one of these other molecules, thereby actually mutating that cell and making that cell unstable. So what is the problem with that? Well, this is known as a free radical because it's free, it's not stable, it's charged up because it wants to find that pair. So it does not care. This could be a cell in your liver, this could be a cell in your breast, this could be a cell in your heart. It doesn't make a difference. All this one wants to know, since it is now a free radical, it wants to fill that spot. Now realize, we're just talking about one. There are millions. You know, when we talk about, look at the size of this oil. If this thing oxidized, there's more than one free radical spread. Now the one thing you have to realize is that cancer cells were just regular cells that were exposed to some outside influence, whether it's air pollution, smoking, toxins in the air, and it has mutated a cell, and then that cell reproduces the mutated cell. It mutates the cells around it. And so this is why free radicals are very dangerous, because they do harm to our bodies. Now, there's some other things like the aging process, and like I said, chemicals in the air, smoking. Trust me, when you spray whatever, ant spray, whatever, and you're breathing that in, that's a toxin that's going in your body. So one thing you can do on a side note is actually take vitamin E inside. And so therefore it can help combat the free radicals that are in your body anyway. This is not going to be the only free radicals you have. You have them in there already. And not only that, but just the aging process causes free radicals. Because as we get older, our bodies just don't produce the cells the same quality as they did when they were younger. It's just the way it goes. So this is why the oxidation process, which causes the free radicals, which become bad for us to use. Now, like I said, with the antioxidant has an extra electron attached. So it says, hey, you can have mine, leave all those alone. Don't touch these, leave them alone, they're safe, let them do what they want to do. I'll just give you one so we can keep the rest of those safe. And that is the purpose of the antioxidant. And that's how it slows down or decreases the oxidation process, because it provides, thank you.